It is a big day for New Mexico Governor Susana Martinez. She is scheduled to give a speech at the Republican National Convention tonight. The convention went on as scheduled yesterday after being delayed a day because of Hurricane Isaac. Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney was officially announced as the Republican nominee for president. Now, Governor Martinez will give her speech at 8 p.m. Mountain Time right before vice presidential candidate Paul Ryan.
Well, videos of kids fighting at a skate park here in Albuquerque are popping up all over YouTube, and they're making parents wonder, is the park a safe place for kids? This video is from Los Altos Skate Park near Lomas and Eubank. It's just one of many we found on YouTube recently. We showed the Parks and Rec Department this, and workers were shocked. The city doesn't have someone watching the park all the time, but says now they'll have workers from the city's sports office keep an eye on the Los Altos Skate Park. However, one skateboarder we talked with says that's not necessarily going to stop these fights.
You're always going to run into a confrontation and almost run into people here, but that's going to happen at any park you go to.
The Parks and Rec Department says Albuquerque police will also check up on the skate park a couple times a day to make sure there's no trouble like this. We could learn today if charges will be filed against the teen driver investigators say caused a crash that killed a motorcycle rider. This happened about 6 o'clock last night near Isleta and Valley Road. Bernalillo County Sheriff's deputies say the motorcycle rider tried to pass a car that was making a left turn, then slammed into the side of an SUV that was pulling out from a stop sign. Deputies say it does not look like drugs or alcohol are involved in the crash, but that the teenager may not have seen the motorcycle.
State police round up a number of deadbeat parents. These were parents with unpaid child support payments who didn't take advantage of the state's amnesty program last week. The state managed to collect $415,000 from that program. Hundreds of warrants were issued. Police yesterday managed to arrest 30 parents. 6 of those were right here in Albuquerque. The trial of a man being retried on double murder charges ends up in a hung jury. 19-year-old Alex Redhorse is accused of shooting 2 people in the Cibola National Forest and then setting their bodies on fire near Gallup back in April of 2011. The victims were Alec Armijo and Dusty Rye. Prosecutors are now deciding how to proceed after his second murder trial ended in a hung jury after they say one juror held out for acquittal.
A big change for all law enforcement officers in New Mexico accused of a serious crime could come as soon as October. Yesterday, the Law Enforcement Academy Board unanimously voted to immediately strip officers of their certification if they are charged with a felony. Right now, that can take years to happen. Albuquerque's police chief, Ray Schultz, came up with this idea. Next, the board will take public comments on it. Then it's set to vote on it.
We now know this morning that Bernalillo County's I-25 and Paseo Bond needed to make improvements for the interchange project will not be a separate question on the November ballot. Commissioners voted last night to lump in the $5 million bond with $15 million in bonds the county is seeking to finance other projects. Voters are being asked to approve a $50 million bond for the renovations to the Paseo interchange. A longtime judge who often handles controversial and high-profile cases says he is retiring. Santa Fe District Judge Michael Vigil announced he's retiring in about a month. Judge Vigil was appointed to the bench by Governor Bruce King 18 years ago. He's handled a lot of big cases, including the acquittals of Alfred Lovato, a former state police sergeant accused of vehicular homicide, and Scott Owens, a repeat drunk driver offender. He's also handled former PRC Commissioner Jerome Block Jr.'s case.
And just a reminder for you that the Bernalillo County Metro Court is closed today, and that means there will be no misdemeanor or felony custody hearings. This is because court workers will be having a training day. Elizabeth?
Albuquerque public school students have a new turf to play on this morning, literally. It's called Next Turf. It's the stuff colleges and the pros use. The 2 fields that got the new turf are off of Wilson and Milne. Now they are the 2 primary football facilities. They cost about $600,000 combined. The district says they should pay for themselves considering they'll be saving on water and maintenance. And those fields will get some relief next year because a new stadium will be built on the west side of town near I-40 and 98. This is what it'll look like when it's done. You'll see it in a moment. That's actually construction on it now. Here it is. This is the design. The 7,000-seat stadium is costing $38 million to build. It will also have artificial turf.